Good evening. I'd like to call the joint meeting between College Park and City Council and the BIDA Board directions to order. Roll call. Dr. Williams, we'll start with you and work our way around if you don't mind.
Dr. Lethea Williams, Ward 1 Representative, Secretary Treasurer, BIDA.
Celissa Jefferson, Ward 4 appointee.
Danielle Matricardi, BIDA attorney.
Dr. Emmanuel Adediran, City Manager.
Brian Hooker, Interim Economic Development Director.
Ed Wall, Financial Advisor.
Yonda Spawner, Interim Executive Director, GICC Arena and Golf Course.
Harold Buckley, Special Counsel to BIDA for 6 West transaction.
Sabretha Beasley, the Administrative Assistant to Economic Development, also the Assistant Secretary Treasurer to BIDA.
Michelle Rothmeyer, attorney with Lawson Beck and Sandlin.
Alicia Houston, local realtor, presenting an LOI this evening.
Attorney Latanya Wiley, City Attorney Denmark Ashburn.
Roderick Gay, Mayor Pro Tem and Council Member, Ward 4.
Queenie Brown, Deputy City Clerk.
Lisa Parker, BIDA member, Ward 2.
Dr. Sabrina Willis, Vice Chair.
Chair Tracy Wyatt, Ward 3. For the record, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I see that don't seem to have a quorum, so I just want to put it on the record that council at this time does not have a quorum.
Understood.
And Mr. Chairman, I'm online, Mayor Motley Broom, and I believe Councilmember Arnold is online, but she would not count towards the quorum, so you are correct in that we do not have a quorum to have a council meeting at this time.
So I apologize. Thank you for Mayor. Councilwoman Arnold, if you're on, you introduce yourself if you're on. Councilwoman Arnold.
Sure. Councilman Conjos.
Yeah. Do we have Councilwoman Arnold on? If not, we'll just move on.
I am here. I was having problems unmuting myself.
Okay.
Councilwoman Tracy Arnold, Ward 3.
All right. Also, we've joined by one of our other distinguished council members. Let him introduce himself.
All right, yeah, Joe Carr here.
Councilmember Carr. All right. Review and approval of minutes. Review of minutes dated October 9th, 2024. If you had a chance to look over, I entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Got a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Is somebody opposed?
It's the mayor.
Who's that? Did I hear something over Zoom? Mayor, did you oppose?
Is she opposed if she don't have a?
No, sir, I did not.
Board member. She's a BIDA board member.
Oh.
What did she say?
They have a quorum.
Said aye,
And
so,
are present.
she did not
Okay,
oppose.
motion carries. I hope that don't be a problem me hearing. Okay. Next item. Item number 3 is additions, deletions, amendments, or changes to the agenda.
Sir Chair, I would like to add, we had discussed at our last meeting, since we have special counsel with Attorney Buckley, that needs to be added in the attorney's section.
So I do have him duly noted, and I actually gonna move him up and put him right in B.
Got it.
Cause I did, so he is, I do have that note, thank you.
Okay, no problem.
All in favor of the motion? I mean, addition, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Is there a second?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I second.
Did he motion it? Oh,
You voted, I think.
I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 4, new business, financial report updates. Would that be Ed Wall or who's that? City manager, who's that?
That'll be at Wall.
Is he here?
Yeah, he here.
Yes.
Let's go, Ed.
Sitting over there.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman. Good
Don't
evening,
stop
everybody.
feeding
This
you.
is the financial update, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
You need the clicker, Ed?
You can just click it for me. I'll just tell you when to click.
Where is it? Sorry, where?
There you go.
Oh.
Is it not working, Sabretha? Does the BIDA board have it in their packet?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Well, no.
It was, put on your station.
Huh?
He sent it this afternoon. It's copied. It should be with your
It was an
information.
attachment.
10 seconds, we'll have it
Send it this afternoon. Okay.
He said, there
We
it is,
got it.
right there.
There you go.
Next page,
All right, here we go.
please, Sabretha.
Next one?
Yes, ma'am. So that's hard to see by the board members. I wanted to go to the 25 budget. If you can see that the revenues for rentals and commissions, the budget was $1,172,000 for the first quarter. That's July, August and September, July to September 30th. Your fiscal year is June 30. So for the first 3 months, you've got $442,000, or 38%. Most of your revenues are not straight line, but you've gotten 38% of that. The other mostly is pilot payments and rental payments. And most of that comes in when they pay property taxes. And we've gotten $2,003,000 out of the $3,249,000 budget. So for the first quarter, you've got $2,810,000 in revenues. You can see the budget for expenses were $5,618,000. About $4 million of that was contingency, mostly for land acquisition if you needed it. And you've only spent $61,000 for the first 3 months. Y'all been very good about not spending money. And so you had a operating income of $2,749,000 for the first 3 months. You see the budget, you had $10 million for land sales. If one of them comes to fruition in December as it's supposed to, that's $14,400,000. You had budgeted $10 million. We had budgeted $3 million for land purchases. You've purchased $306,000 so far in the first 3 months. And then you can see the budget for principal and interest, $6,745,000. We've paid $3,131,000 to date. And so we have a income of a negative $687,000. And you can see that the transfers in are $3,441,000. And they come mainly from hotel motel tax fund and the GICC special district and the car rental fund. And then next page, please, Sabretha. These were the line item details. But rather than go through it line by line, I'll just stop and ask you if you want me to, or you want to just ask questions.
I just say if anybody got any questions, I can ask you.
Yes, sir.
I have a question, Mr. Wall. We didn't get an opportunity to go through the approved budgeted allocations. If you can take us through, I guess, what was different,
Yes, ma'am.
the budget this year versus prior.
Versus the last year, you said?
Yes, I don't, for me, I wouldn't need line item by line item. I just want to know what were the new items that were added to the fiscal budget for this year.
Yes, ma'am. So the revenue item, this page here, the first column is your annual budget. And so the pilot income is about the same as it was last year. The sales of land were budgeted last year at 0. This year you had a $10 million budget for land sales. So that's brand new. The other rental income of $1,172,000 is about the same. The miscellaneous income is about the same. The operating transfers in are about the same. We go down to the expense item. Please go to the next page, Sabretha. Position consideration of $125,000. That's about the same in the fringe benefits. We haven't had that position. Mr. Brian Hooker is new, so that'll take effect going forward. That position had not been filled. The distribution system, that was the some kind of thing. We got a grant to fund some sort of cleanup of a piece of property, and I can't remember exactly what it is, like a brownfield cleanup, and that's what that is. The dues, $31,000. The training, that budget was increased almost double from last year, so that you all could go for training, for retreats if you wanted to. Sales and marketing was increased by $5,000 from the previous year. Legal fees of $125,000 was about the same as it was the previous year. Appraisals, that was increased a little bit from $20,000 to $30,000 because you all were going to try to buy more land this year than you had before. Remember, during COVID, we quit buying land altogether. The appraisals and survey fees, both of those were increased. Consulting fees are about the same. Municipal planning about the same. Paying agent fees are the same. Demolition the same. Miscellaneous services the same. Contractual services the same. You see that big contingency, $4,139,000, that's funded from land sales. So if we don't get any land sales, that number goes to 0, but it's there in the budget for you, hopefully, to use for acquiring other land that we don't currently own or for whatever purpose that you and your board decide to do. Postage is the same, stationery and printing is the same. The $2.5 million, BIDA owes these various funds over the years. It owes about $9 million as of today. So if you do make the land sales, that's a $2.5 million transfer to pay the electric fund, what the BIDA owes it. And then you can see the land purchase cost was budgeted at $3 million. And that's it, Madam Vice Chair.
All right, any other questions? Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Sir.
Next on the item is item 4B, BIDA or updates. So, hello? Okay. Madam Mayor and Councilman Arner, I'm not used to people being on Zoom, so y'all just chime in whatever y'all need to remind me y'all on Zoom. I gotta slip my mind. So item 4B, BIDA award reception update. Sabretha?
I can give a few updates on that. This year, the BIDA Awards will be on Thursday. That is going to be December the 12th, 6 p.m. here at the GICC. We have ballrooms 1, 2, and 3. Dr. Sabrina, our Vice Chair, Dr. Sabrina Willis, will be the coordinator. The main coordinator will also be helping in the office, of course. We need for all the BIDA members to please send in your address, your guest list rather, so that we can go ahead and get started. The awardees will be called and letters will be sent out to notify them. Do I need to call the winners?
Yes.
Today? Okay. All the BIDA members did send in their nominees, the ones who did send them in. We did have them vetted to make sure they were good, upstanding with the city. So the business of the year for Main Street, Virginia Avenue will be Victory Temple Church, located at 3557 Main Street. Business of the year for the Old National and Southside Corridor will be Kinder College, located at 2725 Charlestown Drive. The Legacy Award goes to Miss Pamela Stoner-Gay. She's a resident and community advocate. Special recognition will be the Preserving the History of the Original African Americans of College Park. That's FOA. Business Community Partnership Recognition Award is Mrs. Jessie Phillips, who's a resident. She's also been working with the Black History Committee for years and is also a community advocate. And the Best New Business Person of the Year is Beyond the View Autistic Clinic, located at 3557 Main Street. And of course, we appreciate all of our businesses and developments here in the city, but letters will be going out and congratulations to our winners.
Thank you very much. All right. Item number 5, GICC update.
Thank you. I'm gonna give you a brief update of year-to-date revenue. GICC total revenue is $4,118,000. The arena revenue is $844,000, and the golf course is $119,000. Total operating revenue is 36% of GICC budget, 44% of the arena budget, and 15% of the golf course budget. Couple of groups, we highlight groups for October was Chick-fil-A and Carrier Training. For November, we have Georgia Ed Tech, Diversified Inclusion, Encore, which is a huge cheerleader group. And for the arena, we got 5 games for the Skyhawks. Just to brag a little bit, since October, between July and October, we have 150 new inquiries, which we had 6 leads, which were definitely booking. For GICC, we had a total of 14 groups. For the arena, we had a total of 9 groups. We had 2 groups for the arena in the month of October, which is the 2819 Church and the Civic Nation. Those 2 groups combined total of $171,000 for the arena in the month of October, which is kind of unheard of because normally the month of October is very slow for the arena, so that is great. Also, last but not least, I know you see these little flyers. We made the yearbook of the Atlanta Falcons, and if you look on the back, you would see the combination of Gateway Center Arena, GICC, and the golf course. We also made it into the Atlanta Braves magazine. Now, this is kind of powerful because we hit the Latino market, and they are very interested in booking concerts at the arena. So, thank you.
Any questions on GICC?
I just want to say, Giannis, I'm just so happy to see that, you're doing a great job in bringing in the business. I had heard about the 2819, the church. My daughter-in-law actually goes to that church, and they said it was traffic all the way around the
Yes.
building and overflow. So
Actually, they sent out about 10,000 invites. And so we maxed out close to about 7,000. And of course, the other 3,000 we weren't able to get in due to the safety of the building.
Excellent.
One
So, okay, quick.
one question, Giannis, you mentioned this October, was that kind of a record that you hit?
That is a record because normally for the arena is the transitional period between the Atlanta Dream and the Skyhawks, and we normally don't have any revenue in the month of October. But to pick up 171,000, yes.
I'd just like to see at some point how that compares to last October, for instance.
Okay, I'll make sure I have those numbers for you.
All right.
Thanks, sir. Yeah.
I just want to echo what Dr. Willis said, that Giannis did pick up and doing such an amazing job.
Yeah.
It's flawless. We don't even see the change.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, our economic development report. Sabrina, if you have anything, if not, we'll move on. Oh,
do
no, hold on,
not
time
except
out.
for-
My fault. Yes, sir. Our newly, Mr. City Manager, would you like to introduce him?
New interim economic development director Brian Hooker, and I'll let him share his experience
Okay.
and why he's here, tonight.
Ms. Hooker, you have the
Somebody
floor.
else.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Dr. A. I'm Brian Hooker. I am joined as of Monday to help provide some leadership to the Economic Development Department, and I'm excited to serve the council and the BIDA board. I'm an Atlanta native, Mays High School. I did go out to the West Coast for college for a little school out there named Stanford. I've been back in Atlanta since the Olympic Organizing Committee, working on big projects. Fast forward through a career on technology, and I got into real estate and landed in site selection consulting. And you all know site selection consultants are the folks on the opposite side of the economic development agencies. So I learned the tricks of the trade and how, what economic development agencies need to do to attract big prospects. Through that, I ended up transitioning over to working in a quasi-economic development capacity for the Atlanta Beltline, helping build that project up in its early days, then shifting to a major economic development capacity, the redevelopment of the Fort McPherson project right up the road. So I've been doing economic development related activities for the last 20 years, and I'm excited to bring my consultative approach to help tease out where you all really want this office to go, and then do my best to serve. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Next item is other issues. There's no other issues. We'll make a motion to enter into executive session.
For purposes
For-
of real estate and litigation.
Real estate litigation and whatever the other one is. Personnel. All right, let's go. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Got a motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Was it aye?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll take a short, maybe 5 to 7 minute break. You gotta go, you gotta smoke it, gotta go. We'll be back in about 7 minutes.
What'd you say? Whatever.